What's going on, guys? So starting a 416 build for Boost today, or well, not starting. I gotta get it done today because I gotta take it up to the shop tomorrow. But what I want you guys to see is the extra work that has to go into doing a 416, and the clearancing and all that other bit. So it actually takes me, quite a few more hours to do one. So if you look right here, as you rotate the crank, it's going to start to want to contact the side of the block. So we have to go in, we have to mark, the block here. We need about 80 thou clearance, just in case. So basically what I've done now is I've mocked up the piston without rings, all that stuff. And there's a reason I went on number 8. Now, here's something else we have to look at. If you look, the piston squirters, factory piston squirters, are nowhere near the right location for the, where the deal in the crank, or excuse me, in the piston comes back. So what we're going to have to do is I'm going to have to reach in there and move the squirter over to the right location and then push it down against the block itself. Now you also have, then I'll have to mark it and I'll have to go in there and grind a path for that oil squirter. So those two are the deal. Now the reason I picked number 8 is with the Wiseco piston, and I believe on other ones too. I'm going to have to find somewhere to stick my pin. What happens is they did not put a relief for the back of the crank. So the crank actually stops right here. It hits the piston, which kind of blows because it cost me more time to do it. So if you look, I might have to get a different light. I'm going to show you guys after. But if you look down on the bottom of the piston there, there's actually a little mark where it won't rotate. And if you look, it comes around, stops. And if you try and go the other way, it stops. So I've got to mark that, pull that piston out, and grind it so that it passes the reluctor wheel. So these are just some of the issues that you may run into when you're trying to do a stroker motor. So I've got to grind that piston. I have to mock up this in every single hole now, the piston and rod combo in every single hole, rotate it around, and mark it against where it's going to hit the block. Also, since you have left and right side pistons, they have to mock up 2 different rods to do that. So, this just adds a ton of time to do it right. But just remember, if you throw any of this aftermarket stuff in, now I will say like the GPI stuff for the drop-ins, their clearancing is proper on both. One, it's the stroke you don't have to worry about, but right there where the piston squirter is, their pistons actually cut over at a better angle. So just some considerations. Have a good one.